So, Anne, you wanted to ask something like for when you come to our gym.
I did. So I probably will be visiting,
Awesome.
and it will probably be in the summer when the gym is like hotter than hell.
It will be.
But
Depends on what time you come.
Yeah, come to the morning class.
I heard this rumor.
I know where this is going.
Why won't I be able to take my shirt off? I work out with a bunch of people that just take off their shirts.
Yeah, no, the gym that we came from in Georgia was the same way. It is not that I am opposed to people showing off their physique. You work really hard.
Even if I'm not showing off, I'm just fucking hot.
You're not. I would argue that the heat is a stressor and you should probably get used to the heat. So, get used to it.
But even if that like not breathable fabric is like sticking to me, and
listen, you're not going to get that much cooler. I promise you. I have three main reasons to have that as a rule in our gym. One, there's a little bit of sanitation, right? Sweat going all over the equipment and everything, but that's really not the biggest one because we clean everything anyway. There's a little bit of a safety issue, particularly on stuff like cleans where the bar is on a sweaty torso. And that can add to slipping and some other stuff. So I don't particularly enjoy that aspect of it. But the biggest reason that I have that as a gym rule is one of the not problems with CrossFit as a gym owner. It is a problem with it as being as a gym owner because I have to get people in the door. Mm-hmm. And CrossFit can be already an intimidating environment with barbells dropping, loud noises, a lot of information being thrown out, probably some cuss words being thrown out as well. And there are a lot of people, particularly in our demographics at our gym, in our area, we live in the suburbs, they're not down for coming in and seeing a bunch of half naked, ogres throwing barbells all over the place. And it's not that I'm necessarily against that, but as a gym owner, one of the things that I have to do is eliminate as many barriers as I can for people to walk into the door. And when I decided that I was going to make that rule, I did a little informal poll and I asked some older members. I said, if you would have walked in day one and we would have been half naked, throwing barbells around, sweating all over the place and doing the standard sort of CrossFit environment, which we all sort of know. I said, would you have come back? And they said, no. And once I heard that answer, it was a no-brainer. I was going to eliminate that barrier and the easiest way to do that was to keep your shirt on.
Yeah.
And there was only a little bit of blowback on that. There was a couple people that did not like it. A couple people that were a little bit passive aggressive. Like they would have a shirt, but they would cut it up to their nipples. So they'd say, like, look, I got a shirt on, and they were poking fun, and it was a good time. And I didn't take that personally, right? They were just sort of, silently, I don't even know if it was silently protesting. They were sort of civil disobedience, but once people
were they men? Were these dudes that were doing that?
Not all of them. No.
Okay.
Not all of them.
Because that would just be really entertaining to be like
the shirt with the nipple would have been the guy, but the blowback was both male and female. It's certainly not a problem now. I think the member base that we have now, most of them, and I mean vast majority, were not here before I took over. So this is just sort of what they know. It was really the intimidation thing that was the biggest draw. And once I realized I could eliminate at least part of that barrier to entry, it was such a no-brainer to me. When we put that up, it was right about, I don't know if you remember this, about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, there was an article that came out, and I think the owners used religious reasons. It was some sort of, there was a big article, and it was online, and it was a bunch of blowback. I actually had a friend text me and said, "Is this you? Is this like, are you the subject of this article?" And I said, "No, it's just sort of weird coincidence." But we're not the only gym that's like that.
No,
certainly, but we're not the majority. I know.
So if I have a crop top, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm belly buttons are fine.
Yeah.
Well, my belly button will probably be covered up by my
with
high-waisted pants.
Or your one of your 30 different pairs of booty shorts. Oh, What?
No,
It's
no,
not a
no,
secret.
listen,
No, I know. We just
booty
don't
shorts are
need
fine.
to bring
Booty
up
shorts
the
are
fact
fine.
that I have an obsession.
Oh, okay. But
we all
it's
have-
all
we
over
all have
social
obsessions.
media.
Oh,
It is.
Is it? We all have obsessions. Don't
I
worry.
actually really like the shirts on at all times rule also. I mean, partly just like cuts down on the stink. Partly like sometimes you're like, oh, that's kind of gross. Like you don't need to see some people without their shirt. And then like other people like, you know, maybe like they're really attractive and you don't need to see that either if you're like married.
Yeah, it's not me. And that would not be me. I know that for a fact. Yeah, I mean, look, I knew there was going to be some questions about when that rule went up. I knew there was going to be some questions about why, because it's not the standard CrossFit experience, and it's not certainly not what they experienced as a previous gym.
I just think it's more comfortable.
Yeah, and so I just had to justify the things that we try to do in the gym. I mean, we really try not to do it on a whim. There's got to be some justification about why we're doing what we're doing, whether that be gym rules or programming or policies or what have you. I really try not to play this card very often, but at the end of the day, if I can justify the decision, that's the decision.
Oh yeah. And if this is my business decision,
That's right.
and if you have to take your shirt off, you can find another gym.
And again, that sounds really bad to say as a gym owner, but sometimes fits just don't, people just don't fit together.
Right.
And that's fine. And that's totally fine. Like there's no ill will. There's no, bad feelings or what have you. It's just, this is kind of how we're going to move forward. And, if you want to go somewhere else, that's totally understandable. So that's sort of how we roll.
I'm just at a gym with a lot of half naked people.
Yeah, who are intimidating.
No,
the picture you showed me.
What picture did I show you? When I
don't
said
know, but there were
this was
three
Hot
guys
Bobby?
without shirts. Yeah, Hot Bobby, all shaved and just like really intimidating looking.
So they used to have two Bobbies at our gym.
Oh, you had to differentiate.
So, yes, one of them was Hot Bobby and one was sadly regular Bobby.
It's just regular. It was just Bobby. It was just Bobby.
Sad.
Now, regular Bobby moved on, and Hot Bobby has a girlfriend who's also like hot. And he has said, please don't call me Hot Bobby anymore because it's uncomfortable.
You all actually called him Hot Bobby.
I've never spoken a word to him. I only like see him and like think, wow, there's Hot Bobby. Because he's like a wicked great athlete. Like, I don't know if he was a gymnast in a previous life. Like he's just a real good athlete. Like everything he does looks just
those people. I hate
real good.
Yeah, I literally don't know if there's anybody in our gym who would look like that without a shirt,
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. So, and if I can't take my shirt off, then damn it, nobody else is gonna. No, I'm kidding.